Hello everybody and welcome back again. My name is Steven, and today, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. So today we are going to go back into our glorious thing that we've been doing. So here we are. Alright. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of footsteps as she marches around the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Hikino doesn't come to morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearable loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead operating to cover the board in rows and rows of equations, taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I've got nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I noticed Shinatun and Misha also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shinatun signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there is pent up in anger in there. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shinatun signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to split it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself, like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back everything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired. She looks like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, her business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again. I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on the desk, looking exhausted. I use the opportunity to reconcile with Shinatun a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though, I suspect that door is closed for me. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in this school seems to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastically about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shinatun scoffs at me first, as if she's trying to decide whether to ignore me or sheer at me. But in the end, she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands and slightly focused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy, dynamic strokes. Misha translates her saying into speech for me. She does it so well it's almost like Shinatun's actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course, we're in the student council. You know, we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival and all of our strengths. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws. No, I think that was incomprehensions. No, Nothing. That might take the festival short of perfect. Shinatoon's passionate speech and Misha's acting are totally entertaining, are really oddly fitting for them. Oh, hello. Who's here? Oh, it's her. Yay, hello again. I look over my shoulder and see Hikino piercing timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hikino blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Shinatoon stares at her prodigy cousin Hikino to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hikino by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so. Hikino probably knows it as well. What is it, Hikino? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Hatu. She, came by in the morning, though. Hikino keeps moving uneasily at Shinatoon, who stares back at her with her usual studying glaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shinatoon isn't going to look away, and she's thinking intimidatingly through, though, as it is so, I can only imagine how terrified Hikino would be. It's a little uncomfortable watching Hikino's reaction to Shinatoon's normal behaviour. This is what happens when two people of two different extremities meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? Pissed off again. If she has any sense in her mind, she's in her classroom working on the festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. You need to find her. She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah. Can I come with you? If it's okay. Hikino nods, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might have been more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she always seems to be so wary, or maybe some more like this, why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. Is it dinner time soon? Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hikino would be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hikino slips a little to meet my intel place, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at the comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together. Something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hikino doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we are just walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess there's still a little uncomfortable going around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there is not much of a crowd here, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hikino's head shrinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a through search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'll be in her own class like Shinatoon said, right? Right. With the slightest of nods, Hikno agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a little bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to correct the social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in a different classes, I'm guessing. Lily, no, what am I saying? She gives a sharp, almost reflective nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hypnos hastens and makes her answers as prompt and as short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom, though even when she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently pleasing the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say much more. Both of us content that the discussion reached an end. We ascend the stairs back to the lobby. We almost missed by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from feeding area to another. They seemed to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I noticed her doing so, Hikno has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. Ah, so she's afraid about people seeing the scars on her face, I guess. Huh. It's not really that much things you should be scared of, especially in a school like this. Not like people are going to take the mick, unless the people have. That's why she's friends with Lily, because she's the only one who can't see it. Yeah. Because Lily's blind, so she can't see the scars. Okay. The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Isha takes up position by my side again as we enter the building. Mochio revives from her exanatory, but all but snatched away. Even if we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It's as if I've never known a shy person before, or even shy girls. But Ikno seems to be pretty far beyond what I'll call a normal in her fear of other people. Yeah, she's always hiding. She's always hiding this, that one side of her face. You can even see it in the image. She's hiding. Trying to get as much of her scars covered up as possible. It's a bit silly, really. But I know some people are scared and it's fines. Because it's humans. Humans are all different. Anyway. If it wasn't for Lily acting as a mentor, I doubt Hikno would have been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to be completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in straitened silence, while I move intently to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting much of a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hikno come here first, then came to me for a backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to Class 3-2. With Hikno less than positioning herself behind me, I opened the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class taking at once as they work clearly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorating and banners being made. It all must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority would be to finding Lily. There. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end today's episode right there. So, hope you guys have all enjoyed today's episode and such. So, we're going to save, and now we're actually going, just before we end today's episode, I'm going to quickly, and we're going to actually quickly see how much we've done now. So, these are all the music, gallery. See how much of these we got. 3 images. There's that image. There's Lily. Emmy, I think it was it. Is that Emmy again? I forgot her name already. No, it's Rin. Emmy's the sports one. There's that image from last episode. The panty shot. Oh god. So we've still got the pills for that, and we need 19 more images. Okay. Library. Whoa, we've got 10% now done. That's not bad at all. So we're seeing, so as you guys, I'm guessing these 2 bits here are actually like the other, like, options you guys can choose. I think. I don't know. But either way, we've got 10% completion, which is not too bad, I guess. We've only got that cinematic. Okay, so yeah, we're actually not doing too bad, guys. We're 10% through this, so we've still got, well, I think this is like, what, episode 17 or something crazy like that? So we've still got 10 times as much of this, so about 170, roughly, is going to be done. So we've got loads to get through, I'm guessing, according on how much we've completed, but who knows? But either way, this is good fun to play. I'm actually really enjoying this series and stuff, but yeah, hope you guys are enjoying it too. And as always, remember to check back next week, and we'll be doing 2 more episodes of this next week. And yeah, hope you've all enjoyed today's episode. And as always, do all the normal YouTubey stuff. And yeah, as always, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, everyone. Bye!